everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is Kendall, the Model Scholar, and for all of you who are new to the channel or this is your first time watching, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the subscribe button below. And for all of you who are returning, thank you for coming back. And for those who are new to the channel, this channel is all about how to be a model scholar, which means balancing your career with your life passions, with being a spouse, with whatever else you have to balance. And so today, I have a treat for you all. This is a how-to video. I'm going to talk to you about how to plan a family photo shoot. So if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, you've seen that I post a lot of professional photos of myself and my husband. And most recently for Christmas, we actually included our dog in the pictures. And so that is an activity that we like to do together. And we've been doing it for a few years now, where we take professional photos together. And I'm going to talk to you about how does that work? How do you plan out a photo shoot with your family? It might seem like it's a simple thing, but it actually takes a lot of coordination, and what you see behind the screen and the final results and photos, it takes a lot of work if you want them to turn out nice. So if you've never done it before and you're wondering, well, how do you do it? You've come to the right place, because that's what I'm going to talk about today. So some stuff you're going to be like, obviously, but I just want to offer you kind of like a step-by-step of what I usually do when I'm planning out our photos. So, as you know, myself and my husband, we live in Boston right now. We're originally both from Detroit, Michigan, but we moved out to Boston. I'm finishing up my PhD, and my husband is actually a software engineer for Wayfair. So when I am ready to schedule a family photo shoot, I usually try to come up with themes or have a color palette in mind that I want to use for our shoot. And it's based on a lot of factors, but that's kind of one of the first things that you want to think about. This will come before and after you actually select a photographer. So if you've seen a lot of our photos, you know that we have been using the same photographer since we moved out here to Boston, and her name is Denise Day with Denise Day Photography, which I will link everything I'm talking about in the comments as usual. But she is a wonderful person that I actually met just, by happenstance. I found her website and saw her on social media. And so the reason why we use her for our family photo shoots over and over again is because that's kind of like what she specializes in. So I would say before you pick your theme, definitely pick the photographer. And you want to pick somebody who actually has experience photographing families. Or for example, like us, we used our dog, not dogs, we only have one dog. We used our dog or incorporated our dog in our Christmas photos for this year. And she has dogs, so she knows like how to work with dogs in photo shoots, because let me tell you, Nala was nutting up the whole time, but Denise was really good about, finding ways to get her to try to focus and be still and all of that. So I would definitely say make sure you find the right photographer, because there are some people who are photographers who are going to be shooting like editorial or focusing on headshots or something like that, but you're really wanting to look for somebody who specializes in family photo shoots, or you see on their social media or their website that they have shot a lot of families or couples before, because everybody doesn't have children. So if it's just you and your partner and you want to take pictures, you want to look for photographers who have quality work taking photos of couples or families. Then I would say, after you've selected a photographer, you want to make sure you book that photo shoot. And I always try to book it, I would say 1 to 2 months in advance, because you want to make sure you have all your ducks in a row. You don't want to have to reschedule, especially with COVID, because I know for our photographer, she actually is only taking, because of COVID-19, she's only taking like doing one photo shoot every 2 weeks on the weekends. So it's like, it may be a lot more limited now, so you really want to plan ahead of time. So I would say at least a month to 2 months prior to the date that you think you want to shoot, that's when you should try to find an available date and get it booked and get it on the calendar. Once you have it on the calendar, you know it's happening. Yes. Also, the best time to do photo shoots is probably in the afternoon, late afternoon, right before the sun is going down. If it's in like the summertime, you don't want to take pictures at the heat of this, the time when the sun is out. Like that would be probably around 12 to 3 if it's in the summer, because that is going to impact your shoots, and it's probably going to be hard to find good spots if you're doing an outdoor shoot. Indoors, it doesn't matter, but most of the time we actually do a mixture of both outdoor and indoor, which I actually recommend because you get a nice variety of shots to choose from, which is what we actually have done for, I think, all our photo shoots. We've done a mixture of indoor and outdoor, which is a very good idea. But if you want to do primarily outdoor, definitely have to consider that. So late afternoon is the best time. Weather, you don't really have control over that, so you just got to pray that the weather's going to be good on the day that you chose if you're doing primarily outdoors. But always have a backup. If the photographer is leaving it up to you to come up with like the locations and backup plans, then you need to, have that all planned out and available, at least 2 backups in case, a weather contingency plan, a location contingency plan, because if you're trying to just shoot, I mean, every city is different, but I know like in Boston, for example, you can't just go and shoot at any random location, except if it's on like the university. So I've used, since I'm a student at BU, I've used the BU campus 2 times for 2 of our photo shoots, and it doesn't matter because it's a campus. So we just basically, I pick locations and we go. But I actually tried to get us a slot at the downtown like Boston Public Library, and it's very expensive to reserve just for like an hour to take pictures, and you can't just go in there and shoot because the security will ask you to leave. So yeah, so just be mindful of things like that if you're trying to do like something on location where it will require extra coordination. You want to check ahead of time and make sure there's no cost associated with it or any restrictions for whatever locations you're trying to choose. And once you get a feel for like where you think you're going to shoot, that will also help you with your theme. So I know for me, when I'm planning our photo shoots, I try to have at least 3 looks. We usually get to all 3 of them, but if you're doing an hour or an hour and a half shoot, or even 2 hours, most of the time they're going to be like an hour to an hour and a half. And I would bank on probably being able to get 2 outfits in. It depends on the number of people. If it's just a couple shoot, then you probably can get 3 outfits in like we normally do, because it's not really that much coordination. But if you have a larger family, it's a lot of people, there are kids involved, you might only be able to squeeze in like 2 outfits at the most. But I would plan out 3, just so you have the options available to you. And normally I try to do, I know for me, I like the glamour, I like to dress up, so I like to have like a very dressy outfit, which if you and I'm also going to show some of the photos at the end of this video, like a little slideshow, so you can see some of the past photo shoots that we've done. But I usually try to do like one very dressy outfit, which would include me in a floor length gown, which it doesn't have to be some expensive gown. Most of the gowns I get off of Shop Akira or Windsor, even places like Forever 21. If you look online, they sometimes have floor length gowns, and you'll be surprised. H&M, Shein is another place. But if you're going to order from there, you need to do that like way far in advance, especially now. That might not be a good option because it's international. But those are some of the places where I've gotten some of the dresses that I've worn in some of our past shoots. So usually the dressy outfit consists of me in a floor length gown, whatever color I'm going with. I try to stick to solids. And then Jeff, my husband, will usually wear a blazer or a jacket, whatever, a suit jacket that matches or at least is coordinated with the color that I'm wearing. And then either a bow tie or a tie, and then a button up and the dress pants and dress shoes. Depending on the colors, you can go as crazy or whatever as you want. In our last photo shoot, I convinced him to wear pink, and it turned out really well. So I had on a pink dress, he had on a pink blazer and black pants. Or there was another photo shoot where I wore a floor length pink gown and he wore it all black. So it's like just try to stick to solids and match it up like that. So I try to do one dressy outfit that's like glamorous, the fancy stuff, and then I do an outfit that's like in between. It's not all the way casual, but it's not all the way dressy. I don't want to say business casual because these aren't headshots or like business casual shots, but it's basically like in the middle of being fancy and super casual. So that could be, again, another dress. It could be me in a shorter dress, and he will still have a button up and dress pants, but maybe we might not do the jacket or do like a really plain jacket. And then I'll go with a casual outfit, which that can be styled several ways. I think for the guys, it would just be like jeans or some type of casual pants. And you can either do boots if it's in the fall or gym shoes if it's in the summer. And then for the tops, it's just like a casual button up, either short sleeve or long sleeve, or you could do a sweater. But for the casual, I would not have like an actual dress shirt. It's a casual button up, no ties, no bow ties for the guys, anything like that. Really no blazer unless it's like a sport coat that looks really casual, because again, the idea is to go dress down a little bit. And then for myself, I usually would do a mixture between wearing a skirt with a blouse and maybe a little something over that, like a shrug or a sweater or some type of casual jacket. Or you can also wear pants, or you can do leggings and like a more casual dress with either like some casual flats, or you can even also wear gym shoes. So you just really mix it up. But I would say the most important thing is when you're picking out your outfits and your theme, you want it to be cohesive, and you and the whoever's in your group or your family to actually match. So, but it doesn't have to be matchy. It just can be in the same color family. So one, for example, the last photo shoot, the first for our Christmas photos for the casual shoot, we did shades of black and gray and mixed in white. So like if you have that as your color palette, you just make sure everybody has at least one of those colors on, and then they can bring in their own style, bring in their own colors, but just making sure that you have like a main color palette. So if we did shades of gray, black and white, everybody that's in our family that's in the picture needs to have on at least one of those colors so that it will come together. I would also say for these family shoots is to make sure you bring patience, because especially if you have kids involved, it can, they're going to be antsy. It can be a lot. So just making sure, it's really key on who you choose as the photographer. Somebody who is experienced in being able to get you the shots and get you your money's worth is key to, really coming out with photos that you're going to love and have great memories with your family. But I highly recommend doing photo shoots as a family activity. I know for me and my husband, it is something that we both pretty much enjoy doing, and it's a really cool way to like have memories. And it doesn't have to be a holiday to do the shoot. Like I know a lot of families do like Christmas photos, but you can, do a photo shoot together in the summertime, or just a random time of the year. Just schedule a shoot and bring it together and come together and create those memories. It doesn't have to necessarily be a holiday, but those are some of my tips and tricks on how to coordinate a photo shoot with your family. If you have other ideas and other tips, make sure you comment below. Please make sure you like this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe and check out all of my other content on my channel. I've got loads of stuff for you to watch and learn from, and I hope that you will come back next time. Bye.